The scent of rain and decay fills the room, mirroring the state of my life.
It wasn't a sudden storm, this unraveling.
It was a slow erosion, a gradual shift in the landscape of our marriage. We built a life here, within these walls, a life of comfort, of expectations, of a quiet, predictable happiness. Or so I thought. I remember the first subtle cracks, the fleeting glances, the hushed phone calls she'd quickly end when I entered the room. Dismissed as late work, client emergencies, anything to avoid a genuine conversation. I was blinded by trust, by the unwavering belief in the love we shared. Now, the silence screams louder than any argument ever did. The rose on my desk, a gift from her on our 10th anniversary, now symbolizes the beauty that has withered, the promise that has been broken. I find myself replaying moments, searching for clues I missed, signs I chose to ignore. Was it the gradual distancing, the lack of intimacy, the way her eyes seemed to hold a secret I wasn't privy to? Or was it something more, something I couldn't even fathom? The weight of unspoken words presses down on me, heavier than any physical burden. I feel like an archaeologist, sifting through the ruins of my own happiness, desperately trying to piece together what went wrong. And the worst part is, I still don't understand. The memory surfaces unbidden, a fleeting image of a crowded gala. Champagne flutes clinked, laughter echoed, and the air was thick with perfume and unspoken desires. I saw her across the room, her eyes locking with someone else's. A brief, intense connection, a spark of something forbidden. It was just a glance, I told myself, a momentary lapse in awareness. But the image has haunted me ever since. The way her fingers brushed against another's, the subtle tilt of her head, the way her lips curved into a secretive smile. It was a language I didn't understand, a secret code I couldn't decipher. I tried to rationalize it, a friendly acquaintance, a professional connection, anything but what my heart desperately feared. But the image lingers, a persistent whisper of betrayal. I wish I could erase it, bury it deep within the recesses of my mind. But it's etched into my memory, a constant reminder of the chasm that's opened between us. The gilded ring on her finger, a symbol of our commitment, now feels like a cruel mockery of everything we've lost. The disbelief is a constant companion now, a dull ache in my chest. How could she? How could the woman I loved, the woman I built my life with, betray me in this way? The questions swirl in my mind, relentless and unforgiving. I replay every moment, every conversation, every gesture, searching for a sign, a warning, anything that might have alerted me to the truth. But there was nothing. She was always so careful, so adept at concealing her secrets. The pain is physical, a crushing weight that threatens to suffocate me. It's a pain unlike anything I've ever experienced, a deep, profound sense of loss. Not just the loss of a wife, but the loss of a dream, a future, a part of myself. I feel adrift, lost in a sea of confusion and despair. The world around me seems muted, devoid of color and meaning. I struggle to reconcile the image of the woman I thought I knew with the reality of her betrayal. It's a chasm I don't know how to cross. The contrast is unbearable. A stark reminder of what we once were, and what we've become. Those old photographs, filled with laughter and joy, now feel like relics from a forgotten life. We were so happy then, so in love. The beach, the sunlight, the carefree smiles, it all seems so distant, so unreal. It's like looking at a dream, a beautiful fantasy that has evaporated into thin air. The present is a stark and desolate landscape, devoid of warmth and light. I'm trapped in a perpetual twilight, haunted by the ghost of a happier past. The weight of the past is crushing me, suffocating me. I try to hold on to the memories, to cling to the fragments of what we had, but they slip through my fingers like sand. The man on the other side of the screen, alone in the darkness, is me. I am a shadow of my former self, consumed by grief and regret. The shattered frame is a visual representation of our broken marriage. Each shard of glass represents a broken promise, a shattered dream, a lost hope. I found it this morning, lying on the floor of the bedroom. The photograph inside, once a symbol of our love, is now fragmented and irreparable. It's a painful reminder of the damage that has been done, the irreversible destruction of our relationship. I wanted to sweep it away, to erase the evidence of our past, but I couldn't. It felt like acknowledging the truth, a painful acceptance of reality. The sharp edges of the glass cut into my fingers as I picked it up, a physical manifestation of the emotional pain I'm experiencing. The photograph, once a source of comfort and joy, now serves as a constant reminder of what I've lost. I find myself drawn to the ocean, seeking solace in its vastness.
The rhythmic crashing of the waves is a hypnotic rhythm, a constant reminder of the passage of time.
I walk along the deserted beach, lost in my thoughts, trying to make sense of the chaos in my life. The sunset paints the sky in vibrant hues, but the beauty of the scene doesn't reach my heart.
I feel empty, hollowed out by grief and betrayal.
The ocean stretches out before me, endless and unforgiving, mirroring the vastness of my despair.
I'm adrift, without direction, without hope. The waves seem to whisper secrets, taunting me with the possibility of a different future.
But the truth is, I don't know if I can ever recover from this. The ocean's vastness is both comforting and terrifying, a reminder of the immensity of my loss. I see her sometimes, in my mind's eye. A fleeting glimpse of a woman, a shadow in the periphery of my vision. She's always just out of reach, a phantom presence that haunts my thoughts. I imagine her standing in a doorway, looking out at the city lights, her face obscured by shadow. She's holding a cigarette, and the smoke curls around her head, adding to the air of mystery.
I wonder what she's thinking, what she's feeling. Does she feel guilt? Does she feel remorse? Does she feel anything at all? The city lights twinkle below, a symbol of the countless lives unfolding in the darkness.
And I'm left wondering where our life went wrong, and how we ended up at this point.
The road ahead seems endless, a dark and winding path with no clear destination.
I find myself driving for hours, without knowing where I'm going. The steering wheel is tight in my hands, my knuckles white with tension. I feel like I'm running from something, trying to escape the pain that's consuming me. The city lights blur past, a meaningless spectacle of artificial brightness. The silence in the car is deafening, broken only by the hum of the engine. I'm lost in a haze of grief and anger, unable to think clearly. Each mile seems to stretch into an eternity, a testament to the distance that has grown between us. I don't know what I'm searching for, but I know I can't stay where I am. The empty chair at the dining table is a constant reminder of her absence. We used to share meals here, talk about our day, laugh together. Now, the table is set for two, but there's only one person present, me. The silence is deafening, broken only by the ticking of the clock. I try to imagine her sitting across from me, but the image is fading, becoming increasingly blurred. The plates are clean, the silverware is polished, but there's no warmth, no intimacy. The room feels cold and empty, devoid of life and laughter. I feel like a ghost in my own home, haunted by memories of the past. I barely recognize myself in the mirror anymore. The lines on my face seem deeper, the shadows under my eyes more pronounced. I look tired, worn down, like a man who has lost his way. The reflection staring back at me is a stranger, a ghost of the man I once was. I used to take pride in my appearance, in my clothes, in my overall presentation. Now, I don't care. There's no point in trying to impress anyone, because there's no one left to impress. I feel like I'm fading away, disappearing into the darkness. The mirror reflects not just my physical appearance, but also the emptiness within. I found a letter tucked away in her desk drawer. It was written in her handwriting, elegant and feminine, but the words were blurred, illegible. I tried to decipher them, to understand what she was trying to say. But the ink had run, blurring the message and making it impossible to read. It felt like a cruel joke, a deliberate attempt to conceal the truth. I held the letter in my hands, feeling a surge of anger and frustration. It was a tangible symbol of her betrayal, a physical representation of the secrets she kept from me. I wanted to tear it to pieces, to destroy the evidence of her deceit. But I couldn't. I needed to understand, even if the truth was painful. I spend my days in the park now, feeding the pigeons. It's a simple act, but it provides a small measure of comfort. The birds are oblivious to the pain in my heart, content to peck at the breadcrumbs and flutter around my feet. I watch them, mesmerized by their simple existence, their lack of awareness of the complexities of human relationships. It's a strange kind of therapy, a way of escaping the darkness that consumes me. The park is a haven of tranquility, a place where I can find a temporary respite from the pain.
But even here, surrounded by beauty and life, I feel alone. I looked at our wedding photo today.
We were so young, so full of hope and promise.
We looked so happy, so in love.
It felt like a lifetime ago, a different world. I remember the way she smiled, the way her eyes sparkled. I remember the feeling of holding her hand, of knowing that we were embarking on a journey together. Now, the photo is a painful reminder of what we've lost, a symbol of a dream that has shattered. It's a cruel irony that something so beautiful can be associated with so much pain.
I drink alone now.
The wine is bitter, but it helps to numb the pain. It doesn't erase the memories, but it provides a temporary escape from the reality of my situation. I swirl the wine in the glass, watching the liquid shimmer in the dim light. It's a futile gesture, a symbolic attempt to find something of value in the wreckage of my life. The taste of the wine is a reminder of happier times, of shared meals and intimate conversations. But now, the wine is just a solitary companion, a silent witness to my sorrow. I stand on the rooftop, looking out at the city lights.
They seem so distant, so unattainable.
A million lives are unfolding down there, each with their own joys and sorrows.
And I'm just standing here, alone, feeling like an outsider looking in. The city lights offer a false sense of hope, a promise of connection that I can't seem to grasp.
I feel like I'm trapped in a cage of my own making, unable to escape the darkness that surrounds me. I reach out for her sometimes, in my dreams. I can feel her presence, hear her voice. But when I try to grasp her, she slips through my fingers like sand. It's a cruel illusion, a fleeting moment of happiness followed by a crushing wave of despair. I'm haunted by the ghost of what we had, by the memory of a love that is no longer.
The reach is futile, the longing unending.
I am forever trapped in a cycle of hope and disappointment, searching for something that can never be found.
The darkness is all-encompassing now. It's not just physical darkness, but a darkness within my soul. I sit in the darkened room, staring at the blank wall, searching for something, anything, to break the silence. But there's nothing there. Just emptiness. Just the echo of what used to be. I feel suffocated, trapped in a prison of my own making. The shadows dance around me, whispering doubts and regrets.
The tears come unbidden now, a constant stream of grief and regret.
They're a physical manifestation of the pain that's consuming me.
I try to hold them back, to maintain a semblance of composure.
But it's no use.
The sadness is too deep, the pain too profound.
Each tear is a reminder of what I've lost, of the future that will never be.
The rain mirrors my mood, cold, relentless, and unforgiving. I walk through the storm, feeling the rain soak into my clothes, into my bones. It's as if the heavens are weeping with me, mourning the loss of our love.
I don't know where I'm going, or what I'm searching for.
I just keep walking, driven by a primal need to escape the pain.
Sleep offers no solace now.
My dreams are haunted by memories, by faces, by voices. I wake up exhausted, feeling more drained than before.
The days bleed into nights, and the nights stretch on endlessly.
I lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, trying to find a moment of peace. But there's no escape from the pain, no respite from the sorrow. I watch the sunrise now, a new day dawning.
It's a reminder that even after the darkest night, there is always hope.
But the hope feels fragile, tentative, easily extinguished. The colors of the sunrise are beautiful, but they don't fill the emptiness within me. I'm not sure what the future holds, but I know that I have to keep moving forward, even if it's just one step at a time. I write in my journal now, trying to make sense of it all.
Trying to understand what happened, to find some meaning in the pain.
The words flow slowly, haltingly, each sentence a struggle. But writing helps to release the emotions, to give voice to the unspoken.
It's a way of processing the trauma, of slowly rebuilding myself from the wreckage.